Backpacking gear is not cheap. If you are new to the venture of backpacking, you're gonna soon realize that you're gonna have to carry everything that you need to survive in the woods on your back. But a good quality backpack can be very expensive. Now, if you are a beginner backpacker, or if you're just looking for a budget backpack, this backpack from Amazon may just be exactly what you're looking for. Let's check it out. If you're like me, when I first started, number one, I didn't know if I was even capable of carrying all my stuff on my back for long miles. And two, I didn't know if I would actually enjoy backpacking. So dropping a couple $100 for a quality backpack was just not something I wanted to do if I didn't know for sure if I was gonna stick with it. Now, before all the pro backpackers get on here and really bust my chops about getting the proper backpack sized for your body, listen, I get it. I did all my research in the beginning, and I realized that it is best, if you're going to be hiking long distances, to have a backpack that fits your body perfectly so as to prevent injury and to help relieve some stress on your body while out on the trail. But let me reiterate the whole reason for buying this budget backpack. I didn't know if I was gonna like backpacking, and I didn't know if I was even capable of carrying 30 to 40 pounds on my back for several miles over several days. So I took to the Amazon and started looking for a good quality backpack that would allow me to carry all of my gear, as well as something that had decent reviews. And that's when I came across this backpack from Amazon. Now, my first impressions on this pack when I got it, was the material seemed durable. It is supposed to be water resistant. The other thing is that it had lots of pockets for storage. And then when I tried it on initially, it fits my 5'3" frame fairly well. So let's talk about, I have all my gear laid out here, and we're gonna talk about the pockets that are actually on this pack and how much gear I can get in it. Now, the pack says that it is a 60-liter pack. To start off, there is a rain cover pouch here at the bottom. Unfortunately, I've already taken my rain cover out. Not sure what I did with it. I think it's in storage, but there is a rain cover pouch and a rain cover that comes with this. Now, what I did is I actually took that rain cover out and I used this to stuff my puffy jacket in so that if I needed that in the night or if it rained, then I would have easy access to it. So this space is fairly large and it was big enough to hold my puffy jacket. The next space, or the next pocket, is right here along the bottom. Now, this pocket actually, I have made some adjustments to this pocket. Oh, there's my rain fly. So as you can see, it does come with a rain fly. This pocket is actually, it had an attachment to it. And this is where you would put like dirty shoes or maybe dirty laundry. So that pocket came out and it was fairly long, but I discovered that I wasn't using that pocket. That pocket is gonna be good for you to stick that dirty stuff in and keep it separate from your clean gear inside. But like I said, I found that I wasn't using that as an actual stuff pocket. So I just ripped that, I cut that out of my bag just so that I could get easy access to maybe stuff that's at the bottom of this bag if I wanted to do that. So if that is important to you and you want a dirty bag, then that's what you would use that for. All right, so the next piece of this bag that I'm gonna show you is that it has side pockets. Now these side pockets, they are mesh side pockets and there's one on each side. And then it also has tightening straps so that you can put things like extra water bottles, things of that nature. And I always put things such as wipes as well as trash while I'm out on the trail because that's just easy to get to if I need to use the restroom or anything of that nature. And again, it has tightening straps so that you can tighten stuff up on those side pockets. The next piece is what I call kind of the spine of the bag. And the spine of the bag, it has a zipper pocket here in the center, and it has plenty of room to stick stuff in both sides. It goes, as you can see, my hand goes completely inside on both sides. And then it also has another pocket that goes fairly deep inside, and it just straps to itself, kind of like so. So not only do you have the zipper, but then you also have an extra storage pocket there as well. And that's typically where I would keep my rain fly, just so if it started raining, I could get that out pretty quickly. There are also molly straps. And on this molly straps, I use that to strap anything with a carabiner. So anything that I wanted to strap outside of the pack, if I didn't have room to put it inside the pack, or just things that could just hang as I'm riding along, or as I'm walking along on the trail. And this is where I put my poop scoop, as well as an extra coffee mug, or anything else that I had that I just wanted to kind of hook on to the pack. There's plenty of room to do that as well. The next portion is going to be the brain of the pack, which is here on top. And it has a very large pouch up top. And typically this is where I kept my water filter, so that I could filter water whenever I wanted to get to. And then I also kept instant ice packs in case we like sprained an ankle or something like that. And then the brain of the pack is also where I kept whatever snacks, lunch, that sort of thing I was going to be eating throughout the day. I was going to be eating throughout the day, so that I wouldn't have to dig all the way down in my pack for my regular food. This pack also has straps here on the front, as well as a big strap here on the bottom. And then the main compartment, there are 2 pouches inside the main compartment. It's going to be hard for you to see, but inside there is a place for your water bladder. So there's a separate compartment in here, as well as a hook for your water bladder. And then there's another zippered compartment inside here. And this is where I kept like my toiletries and things of that nature, battery chargers, anything like that I needed while we were at camp later on in the day. So that's where I would keep stuff that I didn't necessarily need immediately. So what I'm gonna do now is pack this bag up to show you how much it actually holds. So I'm kind of bougie. I have problems with my neck, so I started bringing a pillow, and it is an infant-sized pillow, but I pack that in the bottom of the pack so that when I start packing my other stuff, that it just smashes that down really well. It saves the space. Next, I packed in my sleeping bag, or actually I use a sleeping quilt, my sleeping pad, pack that in there next. My bag of clothes, I have that in a dry bag, and I pack that in there. My toiletries, like I said, I pack those in that little zippered pouch that is inside the backpack. Again, because I'm not gonna need that sort of stuff that often while I'm out there. My bag of food, and also my stove. Now it is kind of light on the food, but because I'm not packing to go anywhere right now. But it has my stove, and this is the dry bag I usually use for my food. As I said, it has a spot for your bladder, your water bladder, and then it has a hole. Where is that? Where is said hole? Ah, right here. Everything on the floor. So right here, there is a spot to thread your H2O. So there's a spot to thread your water bladder hose through. The last trip, I actually did not take a water bladder. We used smart water bottles instead, just because to me, it was kind of a pain to try to constantly refill that water bladder. So I skipped out on that altogether. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. And then it has a drawstring here at the top. You just pull that drawstring, tuck it under, and this pack will buckle down to itself, like so, and like so. And then you can pull that tight if you need to. Now, I actually put my tent here on the outside because there are straps here on the bottom and they're adjustable. So let me stretch those out a bit. I lay my tent here, and now these straps will strap that tent down, and I can just pull those down like this. And they stay put. That way if my tent is wet and nasty and dirty, then it's not inside with the rest of my gear. Now you could always use, I've seen people use the accordion pads whatever you want to do on that strap. And then I have the top strap here. Again, you can put anything that you want to there. I have a camp stool that folds up into this nice little compartment. It has room inside this little pouch to put more tools if I needed to, but it rolls down nice and tight. And that I actually just stuck here on these straps and then pulled that tight. And again, if you have a sleeping pad of some sort that you don't want to put inside your pack, you can put that there and tighten it down. That would work really well. I'm doing this backwards, so it's making it difficult, but you get my picture here. There we go. Now it's going down. So now that stays nice and tight. Now the other great thing about this pack is that on the straps themselves, there are hooks on both of the straps so that you can hook other things too. It has an emergency whistle, so that is going to be there in case something happens, heaven forbid. And then it also has hip straps with pockets. Now this is a really cool feature. Daisy, if you guys have watched any of my videos, the pack that she has doesn't have hip pockets, and she says that it would be really nice because here is where I can just put a camp knife, some chapstick. I usually keep Benadryl or Tylenol close by in case we get bee stung, as well as some electrolyte packets to put in my water in case I'm feeling that I need that little extra energy. So that has all of the nice little things on this pack. Now it didn't come with these little tiny bungees here that you can use to strap your trekking poles to. I'll tell you though, show you how I do this. What I do with this pack, once I get it loaded up, I have actually found, I normally keep a carabiner on my trekking poles, and I will stick these trekking poles right down here beside me inside this strap here. Whoa. Like that. And like that. So that they're easy to get to if and when I need them. The other thing that it does for me, once I put a carabiner to hook them together, it's a cool place for me to now, and here's my chest strap. Now it's a great place for me to just kind of rest my arms. Maybe I didn't go high enough. No, I did, okay. And then, I know this is a silly little way of doing it, but now I'm strapped in, and now my hands rest nicely. And again, there's a place that you can strap these trekking poles if you would like, but this works really well for me. Now, I've told you all of the things about this pack and the things that I enjoy about this pack. So let me tell you a couple of the nuances or the things that I don't like about this pack. First of all, this pack only comes in one size, and the size is typically going to fit someone that is large to an extra large, maybe a medium if you're a little on the larger side. I personally need a small to a medium size pack. So the disadvantage, this goes back to those backpackers, don't bash me about not having a pack that fits me properly. The disadvantage is that you are going to experience some stress points with this pack if it is not the right size for you. Stress points meaning I've tightened this pack as much as I can here on these straps. Let me come a little closer. As I said, this pack is as tight as it will go, and matter of fact, we actually tied a knot in this just so that it wouldn't slide anymore, but I've got it as tight as it will go, and it still sets a little low. Matter of fact, it is still, the pack itself is sitting on my tailbone, and it really needs to be setting up just a little bit. So as you can see, there's some space there, and I can't make it any tighter because the pack is a little large for me. Also, this strap sets more along my hip bones, and this strap should set more along my waistline around the belly button. And again, I do have some room to tighten this. However, it still sets a little low just because the way that it pulls, because this is not up as high as it needs to be. Now, with that being said, this pack has actually been a really awesome pack. You know, the disadvantage is it doesn't, let's go back to that. So the disadvantages, number one is the sizing. You can only get one size. Number two are these straps. On the Amazon reviews, another reviewer did say that these straps seem to loosen as you're hiking. And that is in fact true. Now what that user said is he went in on these clips and used some sandpaper to roughen up these clips a little bit, and that prevented the straps from slipping altogether. And he actually hiked the Appalachian Trail with this pack once he did that to these little clips. So if you can get this, if you do get this pack, go in and do that. I've taken this pack on 3 trips already, over 50 miles, and I keep forgetting to roughen up the little clip so that it will quit slipping as much, okay? So with that being said, that is the only other nuance that I can really give you about this pack. I am in fact in the market for a new pack because I have been doing the backpacking adventure for about a year now. I've covered 3 trips and over 50 miles with this pack. And I do have those pressure points. Usually by mile 5 of the trip, I'm starting to feel some strain on my shoulders and on my low back. And it's simply because I don't have a good fitting pack. Time of this recording, this pack is listed on Amazon for $45.99. Now this color blue that I have is no longer available, but there are other colors still available on Amazon at the moment. All in all, I really enjoy this pack, and it's been a great pack. It's been a great first pack, a great budget pack, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone trying out backpacking for the first time. All right, y'all. Well, that wraps up my final thoughts and my review of this budget backpack from Amazon. If you watched this video to completion, be sure to give me a thumbs up to let me know that you watched it. Also, I'm in the market for a new backpack, so if you have some backpacking suggestions or some backpack suggestions, please be sure to drop it in the comments so that I can start looking for those. And if you want to catch more of the backpacking gear that I plan to review, as well as my backpacking adventures, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.